hopefully kick off the bend and win. 13 the win on Corner Pocket.
Corner Pocket at the 50. OCULAR's flashing at Corner Pocket, but Corner Pocket does it again. 7 in a row from OCULAR.
It's a track and distance winner, so I like it. Smokin' Romans, 10 the win.
2.5, Reflect the Stars, Nerve Not Verve, Prince ZIGGY and Smokin' Romans, 3 on the trot. Reflect the Stars second.
And I've tipped Pancho on top. I'm sticking with it. It was a good run last start. It's ready to do something special.
But Pancho, full of running, is clear, extends the lead. And Pancho won it well, 3 lengths. Grand Promenade second.
I reckon it's a good chance Viral at a price. It is the fit horse I think can win.
Viral and Skyman go together with DeGrave's winning partner laid out wide. Skyman, Viral, they hit it. Viral's won the last from Skyman, shot of Irish.
Welcome to the first Group 1 preview this season in the horse racing in Melbourne, Memsie Stakes Day. This is the video where people start watching it. We're going to get some viewers this week and I'm in red hot form. So as always, we start with the Black Bookers. For anyone who doesn't know how we get the Black Bookers, it's for the race day review horses to follow. So we got one this week, only one, Mr. Moneybags, very high up in class in the heavily listed race 7 on Saturday. So I'll be willing to risk it, but it's in there at $12. Moving right on to the winners. Race 1 is an open handicap over the 2,400 metres. TOORADIN is the short price $2.50 favourite ahead of Heir to the Throne at $4 for Craig Williams. We're going to take a look at a last start effort of TOORADIN at Flemington. This was in a benchmark 78 over the 2,000 metres where it was beaten in a photo finish behind HERESY. It battled on really well. It led, and it's probably going to be the most likely leader in this race as well from gate 1. It nearly beat HERESY, and they skipped away from the rest. Godaline was also there, and Godaline came out and won today at Sandown. So I think TOORADIN, Kiramar and David Eustace, 2,400 metres is the only query, but I expect Mara and Eustace to get it right. And I think $2.50 is about its right price. Mara and Eustace won this race last year with Persan, who was also $2.50, so I'm confident with TOORADIN. Bedford probably needs a softer track, but gets Jamie Carr on in gate 4. A little query over the 2,400 metres also. Heir to the Throne is proven over the 2,400 metres, gets Craig Williams on and gets gate 2, so it's a good chance. And Prince ZIGGY also proven at the distance and is a good horse, but I'm with TOORADIN to start the day off. Race 2 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,100 metres. Deep Speed is the $4.60 favourite ahead of the Gouch at $5 and Our Wind Spirit at $7. This is a last start effort at Sydney of Destination, a Godolphin horse. It led and won again. So Destination is $8 on the weekend. Draws gate 6, gets Damien Oliver. I'm really, even though it won leading this day, I'm really hoping they take a sit with it. I'm really hoping they settle midfield and it can show its turn a foot late. We know how good James Cummings and Damien Oliver can be, and especially at a big price. Heresy ran well at a price a couple of weeks ago for us, so I'm with Destination on top, hoping it takes a sit. ZORRO'S Dream will be getting back, but it always runs on, it always runs at least third, so it's got to go in there. Simply Optimistic is the classiest horse in the field, and I think it'll be in the right spot, so it's in there with HEIR BALTER, who'll probably be getting too far back, but it's a good chance. So 4 each way on Simply Optimistic, 10 the win on Destination, and 8 the win on ZORRO'S Dream for race 2. Race 3 is a mare's benchmark 90 over the 1,400 metres, and TURAATH is the $2.30 favourite ahead of ANNAVISTO at $3.70, and they head the market $7.50 down there for GALGANI. This is a last start effort of TURAATH at Flemington, and boy oh boy was this an impressive win. I can't think of this as a fluke, although I really did want to on the day as I tipped Aidensfield, but TURAATH, this was an outstanding win, won by 4 lengths, beating Aidensfield and Lindout. Aidensfield ran well at Sandown today, 4 wide without cover. TURAATH will lob in the exact same spot as last time, and if it can just do what it did here, then it should be comfortably winning this race. The other horses in the market are basically first up, so I reckon it's got the fitness and it's got the class. ANNAVISTO's definitely got the class, but has it got the fitness? Not sure. I've got it in there for second. GALGANI's off a little bit of a freshen up, which is a bit of a query for me, but it was racing well prior to the freshen up, so I'm happy with it. And LUNAKORN, Jamie Carr, good horse, gate 1, only query, but TURAATH on top for me in race 3. I'm looking forward to this race. It's the first of the group races. The Group 3 McNeil Stakes over the 1200 metres. ARTORIUS, the Blue Diamond winner, is the $3.10 favourite ahead of General BEAU at $3.40. This is a last start effort of General BEAU, LIGHTSABER and Mr. Mozart in the Vane Stakes at Caulfield, won by Ingratiating. So General BEAU sat on a pretty slow speed and it was a sin sprint, which I don't know if it suits it or not. LIGHTSABER was 3 without cover, a forgive run. Mr. Mozart probably had the same task as Ingratiating and couldn't go on with Ingratiating. So they're all pretty even out of this race. I've tipped General BEAU on top just because I think it'll lob in a good spot and hopefully it can win again like it did last preparation, get on a roll. I've got LIGHTSABER in there for second and a sneaky $2 each way on LIGHTSABER. I just think getting to a better distance now, and if it gets cover, I reckon it's right in the game. So LIGHTSABER at a big price. Artorius, it's a Blue Diamond winner, but just first up, will get stuck from gate 3, I'm not sure. And Heresy, the boys ran a faster time than the girls in the Quizette last start, so I think Heresy's a disadvantage to General BEAU and LIGHTSABER. But General BEAU and LIGHTSABER are the two for me. Race 5 is the Group 3, the Heath, over the 1100 metres, and odds on Masked Crusader, the $1.90 favourite for the Hawks team, is the favourite ahead of Oxley Road at $7. We're taking a look at a recent trial of Masked Crusader. This was a very, very good piece of work. It's starting to hit its peak now, Masked Crusader. It's starting to hit the form of its career. Last preparation, I think it won the William Reid at Moonee Valley. It's in good form. The big queries are 60 kilos and going back from gate 10. Those are the only queries I had, and I think $1.90 is too short, but it's the classiest runner in the field. I think ideally, I don't think 1100 metres is a query for it, so I like Masked Crusader. CROSSHAVEN will lob into a good spot from gate 4. I just think it wants further than 1100 metres. VIRIDINE's the fit horse, gets a good jockey, gets a good gate, will get a good run and get a good sight. Oxley Road will go forward and give itself every chance also, but I just don't think it's up to the class as Masked Crusader, who is my on-top selection for Caulfield Race 5. Race 6 is the Group 3 Cochrane Stakes over the 1200 metres. PROBABEEL is a $2.80 favourite ahead of Instant Celebrity at $3.80, and they clearly head the market. La Mexicana next best. We are taking a look at La Mexicana's last start effort at Caulfield. This was a race won by Pintoff, away game run second. This was in an open class, so boys and girls. This time, La Mexicana is just racing against the girls. I think she did pretty well. It was an honest run. I don't think she wouldn't have got anywhere near away game and Pintoff if she was at her best. But getting back to mare's grade, I reckon really suits it. From gate 7, there looks to be not much early speed, so can go forward, get a position, have clear air and running in the straight. I think Jamie Carr knows what to do, so I got 10 the win on La Mexicana, and Rich Hips. 1200 might be a bit short, but gets a good gate and is good first up. I've taken on the two favourites, PROBABEEL and Instant Celebrity. I just think PROBABEEL's better over further, draws a wide gate and has 60 kilos, so it's a bit of a query, as does Instant Celebrity, but does have a good gate and has Craig Williams. That's what I think of race 6, La Mexicana and Rich Hips. Race 7 is the listed Heatherly over the 1700 metres. Angel of Truth is the big $5.50 favourite. Ziegfeld is at $7.50 and Bartholomew Diaz is at $6.50. This is an effort of Scottish Dancer, 2 runs back at Caulfield. This is what Scottish Dancer can do. So last start went to Flemington, was caught wide without cover, so it was a complete forget run. I wanted to show this race at Caulfield, although it didn't beat much, thinking Flying Chief Altony wouldn't be too competitive in a Heatherly, but I just like the way it run over the top of him here. Gets down to 54 kilos on the weekend. Dean Yendall jumps on, gets a good gate in gate 4, can lob a spot hopefully closer to the front than to the back, and I reckon Scottish Chance is a good price at $10 ahead of Angel of Truth. Angel of Truth has got to carry 59 kilos, but is a class horse and gets a good gate. So I've got 10 the win on both of them. No Effort goes forward, makes its own luck. Don't write it off, it's been racing superbly. Bartholomew Diaz will most likely get stuck from gate 2 when trying to run on, so be wary of that. But Scottish Dancer and Angel of Truth, 10 the win on both of them in race 7 at Caulfield in the Heatherly. Race 8 is the feature, the Group 1 Memsie Stakes over the 1400 metres. Behemoth, the big boy, is the $4.20 favourite ahead of Tafane at $4.60, and they head the market. This is the last start effort of the Spring Stakes of Behemoth and Beau Rosser. Behemoth ended up winning the race on a protest. Should have won by further, not by a nose. Beau Rosser is doing well, but I just don't... It's up in class to a Group 1 now. This is the big boy stuff. So I think Beau Rosser's a bit of a query. Behemoth won this race last year. Everything goes well for it, except for gate 9. Just don't know where it gets to from that gate. The boys usually have a better quality of finishing first of the girls in this race in the Memsie Stakes in the past. So I'm with Behemoth ahead of Streets of Avalon. Don't write it off. Track and distance specialist. It was lame last start, so forget that run. Goes forward from gate 10. Dan Yender will give it every chance. It's over the odds. Tafane and Inspirational Girl, the two girls first up. I don't think it can beat Behemoth, but they can try. 20 the win on Behemoth and 5 each way on Streets of Avalon to win the Memsie. The last race on the card is an open handicap over the 1400 metres, and Ayrton, the exciting horse, is the $2.10 favourite ahead of Groundswell at $8 and $9 for Frosty. So Ayrton, this is a last start effort of it. Ayrton is first up, so this was last preparation, but this is what it can do. Jamie Carr on the weekend. The only big query is gate 12 and where it gets to, but it's... when I took a photo of the TAB odds, it was $2.10. I think it's odds on now, so it's been backed in already. It's the classiest runner in the field. It's ready to hit its straps this preparation. I think Ayrton should run away from this field if it gets the right run in transit. If it doesn't, Frosty rocks is the tip. Gate 2 goes forward for Craig Williams and will give itself every chance. Groundswell will also. Just the 60 kilos is the bit of a query, but Damien Lane on can go well. Secret Blaze draws a good gate and is a classy horse up in distance, but Ayrton, it's the horse to get out. It's the get out bet of the day, and I'm happy with it. So thanks for tuning in to the Memsie Stakes Day preview. Hopefully we can get a winner.